Hi, I'm Alyssa Garnham, founder of the Creative Light Academy, and I'm here to share with you tips, advice, and wisdom on how to start and grow your creative business. This week, I'm talking to you all about pricing. Yes, pricing your products, pricing your craft, pricing your talents. This is such an important topic and one that people often shy away from because it makes them feel kind of icky. Is that you? Because I know it was me. But it's so important to get a hold of your pricing and make sure you're charging correctly for what you make. So some of the mistakes that I see people make are asking family and friends what they think that they should charge. And this just doesn't really work because they don't really understand everything that goes into your business. And the worst mistake I see, which really gets me, is when people ask in Facebook groups. You're essentially asking hundreds, if not thousands, of complete strangers how you should price your products. And the reason this doesn't work is because they don't know the materials you've used, they don't know the quality of the materials, they don't know the time that's gone into making it, they don't know the background to your business, so who you're marketing it to, and what bills you need to cover, and what goes into making your product. So asking them for advice is a big no-go. Now I get it. As a creative, sums, maths, spreadsheets, no thanks. Does not entice you at all. You want to get to the good stuff. You want to be making things, and I get it. But it's an important part of business, and without it, you are just going to have an expensive hobby. So you do need to take the time to look at your numbers, to look at what goes into your making your products, so that you are pricing correctly. So, what do you need to consider? First, you need to think about your overheads. So if you need to pay rent, so if you have a commercial space, rent for that, bills that you need to cover, taxes, supplies that you use to run your business, fees for online platforms that you use to sell your products, whether that's Etsy or Shopify, pretty much anything that you use to run your business and you need to cover the costs for. Write it all down, even if it seems small and unimportant. It all needs to go in. Next, you've got your materials. So this is what you use to make your product. So whether it's just a small component, you need to list out everything. Really break it down as to what you use and what materials go into making it and how much each of those parts cost. Next is the important one, which most people overlook, and that's your time. Have you ever actually sat down and timed yourself making something? If you haven't, then now's the time to do it. Next time you make it, get your phone out and start the timer and see how long it takes you from start to finish. That's so important, and one that people often overlook, because even if you're happy to not take a wage at the very beginning of your business, if you'd like to pay someone in the future to make it for you and you've not accounted for how long it takes to make something and you're therefore not paying yourself correctly, how are you going to pay that person in the future? So that's a really important factor to take into consideration. There's a few other things you need to think about when pricing your product. For example, who are you aiming your product at? Where does it sit in the market? And what kind of item is it? Is it a really high-end bespoke piece of furniture? Or is it a small gift that someone's going to buy for a friend? So these are other factors that you can take into consideration when pricing your products. So once you've done all of that, it might surprise you the final number you come up with. It might be considerably more than what you've charged in the past and leave you quaking in your boots. But remember, it's important to be confident in your pricing and to not shy away from it. As I said before, it's going to end up being an expensive hobby if you don't price correctly. So remember, this price is set so that you can make a living from your craft, and so you have enough to reinvest and grow your business. Otherwise, you're going to end up going round in circles and potentially be left feeling burnt out because you're not being paid for what you're making. So remember, stay confident and don't ask for other people's opinions and advice. I hope you enjoyed this video. Do like and subscribe so you can be notified when I share my next video with some more tips and advice on how to grow your creative business.